inspiration to be an artist started when I was really young, because both my parents are artists. They're in their 80s now, and they work in their studios every day. So I grew up kind of steeped in art. When I went to college, that's when I sort of took it upon myself, even though I had art classes, took it upon myself to go in the library and just sort of delve deep into art and artists. And I found the abstract expressionists, and that's when I was like, this is what I want to do. One of the big reasons why encaustic became, I actually was an encaustic painter for 12 years, completely. Started in oil, like in college, discovered encaustic, took that workshop, and then I stayed encaustic for about 12 years. And one of the things that I still do, that I discovered that encaustic is great with, is collage. And that is something that, as being a layer and an excavator of work, collage and wax are completely simpatico. Yeah, just one of the other tools that I love is a squeegee. It sort of serves the same purpose as the pan, because what I do is this was layered and layered and layered. This is an oil paint on canvas, and then I unified it all with a blue glaze. And then this is my love of line. I just sort of I take that pan and I put a line of oil down, and then I just take a squeegee and just sort of stretch it, and that just creates this line. And then when that dried, I put orange over the whole thing, and then just squeegeed out again and just leave just those little hints of orange. So again, it's just a tool that takes it's like control, no control, which I love. And this one is similar to that one, which I feel is successful because of the contrast again, the contrast between warm and cool, and this sort of dark. And this one is called a lake effect. And this is what happens at night with the light on the lake. So why my interest in line in landscape versus a more traditional approach to landscape? It's that I have a attraction to looking at things sort of close up versus the vista. And so when I'm looking up close, I see the branches and I see the lines in the plants. And that, to me, that's my interest. And to me, nature is full of this sort of natural calligraphy. And there's usually something that'll strike me in one of the paintings or a couple of them that I want to push and explore farther. And some of the works in this show are a little bit more minimal than others, and that is something that has always interested me, is like how simple can you get in a work, yet still have it be personal and still have it be strong, not have it be vacant. So I want to take line, and I want to take the desire for simplicity, and I want to see where I can push that.
My name is Jessica Slagle, also known as Slagletron, and I'm an artist living in Harlem. I've lived here for about 5 years, originally from Minnesota. I create a lot of large-scale mixed media collage pieces that are inspired by fashion and fashion illustration. I also combine a lot of digital media as well. I like to do Photoshop collages and then combine them with traditional media to sort of create like an overall giant piece of every little thing that I can kind of get my hands on, and then just kind of like throw it all up into one big thing at the end of it. So, yeah.
So I have an upcoming show, Death May Get You Down and Other Drawings. It's a series of ballpoint pen drawings exploring the themes of memento mori and a few other random drawings one way or another. The main body of the work is the very traditional theme of memento mori, and the drawings themselves are kind of a contemporary state of that. A lot of them deal with all kinds of different reminders of our own mortality. But being such a morbid subject, I counterbalance that by working with very colorful backgrounds to kind of create a balance between the two. Balance plays a really big role in my work, always trying to counteract maybe the more heavy subject with a little lighter fare. A really fun way of kind of dealing with our own sense of mortality, something that we all explore to a great deal. The works themselves are done in ballpoint pen with a little bit of white pencil for highlighting. So a lot of times, a question that comes up very often for artists is how they got to where they are today, why they're painting what they're painting, what was the path that really got them to where they're going. And I kind of had a weird moment with a fellow artist and friend who had seen one of my pieces recently and had mentioned how he really enjoyed the sense of humor of it, which is something I never actually thought about with my work. I always considered it to be a very serious pursuit, and realized after he said it that there's always been an element of something off and funny in the works that I do. Working with insects, working with cats, working with all kinds of slightly morbid, off-kilter subject matters. I think that whole process, all of it kind of stems back to my sensibility and relation with life itself. This understanding of not being able to separate the comedic from the very serious and grave. How both are needed to really get an understanding of what we're doing here. And I think that my work reflects that. I had no idea I was going that route, honestly, when I was doing it. You're reacting to what's around you, what is of interest to you, and every once in a while you get one of those moments where you can look back at what you're working on someone can point it out to you and you realize, no, I've kind of been on a path all along. I think that's a really beautiful way of kind of getting where you're going. You know, it's almost kind of lost. You started off working on something, found yourself at the end, and in between you have no idea how you got from point A to point B. When the work's talking to you like that, I think you're probably in a pretty good place. Coneflower forms. But this idea of insects kind of being beautiful objects and presented as a traditional floral, which is something of beauty and value, became very, very interesting to me. Another theme that kind of works its way into my works quite a bit is theories of transience and kind of transition. Things always moving around, not necessarily being stable. Kind of flirting with reality and breaking it from time to time as necessary. So you'll see lots of ghosted imagery. You'll see working on are not any different from that. There'll be elements of all that. Again, kind of drawing back to that whole theme of our own impermanence in the world.
You know, Upward Bound has not only made a difference in the lives of the students, but it's made a difference in my life. I have a family. Now I'm going to cry. But I love you. I love you too. I have a family that, I mean, that's you.
Yeah.
That's Alvin, that is every student that has ever gone through this program. So many of them that it's weird, but you know, they do call me mom, and I'm okay with that because I know that we're all family, and I know that you guys are going to be in my life forever.
Yeah.
And it has made a big difference in my life as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So sweet. Mm-hmm.
Vegan.com, talking about a plant-based diet. Lots of tips, lots of information. Check our website. I'd like to congratulate our sweepstakes winner, Sally in New Jersey, who won the NutriBullet. We'll have more sweepstakes for those of you who participated. There's going to be lots of ebooks. Check out our ebooks. There's ebooks on juicing. We're going to have lots of information, as much information we can pack in there. I'll give you personal stuff about my own journey with my health and feeding the mosquitoes right here. See how long I can hold out. And I'll be sampling different products and letting you know about products that I use. Even if you're not plant-based diet enthusiasts, we have remedies, natural remedies. Check us out.
Hello, I'm Dave Brunner, Chief Operating Officer of Key Energy Services. The most dangerous thing we do is drive. Because driving is so dangerous, we pay special attention to identify the potential hazards every time we get in a vehicle. We inspect and maintain our vehicles, drive defensively, and we use the decision driving principles to avoid incidents. Unfortunately, through no fault of our own, incidents sometimes happen, and the results can be devastating. Fortunately, every Key vehicle, whether owned or leased, is equipped with a device that counteracts the devastating effects of these incidents. The device is called a seatbelt. Seatbelt use is mandatory for anyone performing work on behalf of Key. This includes all passengers and all vehicle types, regardless of seating position. The safety statistics around seatbelt use are overwhelming. Seatbelts save lives. There are over 3,000 people employed at Key. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting all of you, but I can honestly say I haven't met one person I didn't like. I like you, and I want you to be safe and keep doing what you do. That's why I'm so adamant about enforcing seatbelt use. Please do me a favor, buckle up, and make sure everyone traveling with you is buckled up as well. If you are the driver, take responsibility. That vehicle does not move until everyone is buckled up. Good things are happening at Key, and I want you all to be around to be part of our exciting future. Thank you.